Hey, hello, leaders. This is Paul Grau Jr., and welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So, today I want to talk about something that I struggle with from time to time as a leader. And this this could be really challenging to a lot of leaders, especially leaders who are very passionate and high performing leaders, and just leaders who are always going full speed ahead at all times, or it seems. I don't know about you, but that's the way I feel a lot of times. I am like just going. When I got a job to do, I'm just going, going, going. Now, the topic I want to talk about is high performing leaders remain calm. Now, when I say calm, I'm mainly talking about when things aren't going as well as they should be going. I have a tendency to get pretty excited sometimes. And if you've watched the Welcome to Wrexham, show on, what is it? Well, it's on Hulu. I watch it through Hulu on Disney, I guess. But it's about Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. They buy a soccer or football team in Wales, and it's in a lower division, and they basically... It's 4 seasons worth, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you. It's worth a watch, but they say that their coach has a lot of enthusiasm, and it's pretty funny because sometimes when they're filming the coach in the locker room, they have the enthusiastic monitor, or it's keeping track of the amount of times that he shows enthusiasm, and it's how many times he drops F-bombs. Now, when I'm leading, I don't drop F-bombs, but I will sometimes get excited and maybe talk a little bit too loud to people, I guess. Maybe just get excited, overly excited, and just, that's just me. So remaining calm is a really good characteristic of a high-performing leader. And it's something that I definitely got to work on. But I've come up with 5 tips for you that have helped me over the years. And hopefully they'll help you just to remain calm when things are a little bit chaotic around you. The first tip is you need to accept that getting too excited brings even more chaos. So if things are getting chaotic and people are looking to you as the leader, and then you get really excited, well, that's even going to lead to more anxiousness and excitement or chaos with everybody else, because they're going to be looking to you to really calm things down. So when you're in a leadership role like that, the best thing you can do is just accept the fact that, man, your blood may be boiling and you might be really anxious, but you need to remain calm, because if you don't remain calm, things are going to get worse. All right, the second tip is that calmness breeds calmness. And what I mean by that is when the leader is calm, the team follows suit. The team has a tendency to really calm down. And this is really important because leadership by example is paramount in this case, because in this situation, when things are really chaotic and things are coming, crap's hitting the fan, and when people turn to the leader and the leader is calm and cool and collective and just going about their way and just making decisions, well, that's what they're going to see, and they're going to be like, okay, the leader's calm, I can be calm. There's no reason for me to be too anxious or too overly excited or stressed out. So again, calmness breeds calmness. I think of that movie, My Cousin Vinny. All right. And when Vinny, he's a lawyer and he's representing his nephew. Well, they keep sleeping in these hotels or little hotels in this little town, and every night he's being awakened by different things, whether it's a hooting owl way out in the woods or a train rumbling by the hotel room, or, 3 o'clock in the morning, this big manufacturing whistle goes off. Well, finally, he gets put in jail, and a riot breaks out in the jail, and he's sleeping like a baby because he's from New York. So that type of riot calmed him down and made him feel right at home. So it was kind of funny. But anyway, calmness breeds calmness. The other thing is, another tip, number 3, is I call it the more bees with honey idea. And this is basically, it's an old quote. I don't know who quoted it. It's something like, you get more bees with honey than with vinegar. All right. And what it basically says or means is, when you are kind to others, it settles others down so that you can talk and you can work things out. This works really good when you're having conflict. When you're having conflict with somebody and you are kind to them and you listen to them and you try to understand where they're coming from, man, they are going to be really open to settling down and talking to you. And when you listen to them and give them the time to explain their side, and you even ask questions about it, they're going to be more apt to settling down, calming down, and listening to you. And then maybe you can get to a solution together. All right. So that's number 3. Number 4 is, when things seem to be elevating, I have this one, I call it the BH effect. And BH stands for a person I know, a leader I know that I really had a lot of respect for. And I'm just going to use their initials, BH. But I call it the BH effect because when things seem to be getting very elevated and almost out of control, you can feel the tension rising in the room and amongst your teammates and team members and maybe other teams, and the situation's really getting tense. I think of BH because this leader I had a lot of respect for, because they were so calm in the most chaotic situation. You could turn to them and they were calm and cool. And again, I just think of BH and I think of what they'd be doing in this situation. And I can kind of almost picture them sitting there, and I try to follow what they would be doing. So again, that's really cool. So in your BH effect might be somebody, think of a leader that you know that is really calm in chaotic situations, that really handle chaos really brilliantly and calmly. Well, think of them and then think about what they might be doing. And then the 5th tip, and this is one that is going to challenge you, because, the 5th tip, sorry, I got something in my tooth. The 5th tip is basically to just say nothing. Don't say anything at all. Just be silent. When people are coming to you and they're excited and they're anxious and they're nervous and there's chaos going around, just be silent. Think. Look around. Observe. Take a deep breath. And then speak. But in this time, you're going to speak by responding. You're not going to just be reacting. You're going to respond after you've looked around, you've observed. If somebody's talking to you and you could see they're real anxious, or, you could just maybe nod your head, smile a little bit. And that alone is going to make them think, what is going on with this dude? He's not saying anything. But that's going to calm you down a little bit. A deep breath in and then out slow while you're looking around, observing the situation and everything that's going on, is going to calm you down. And then you can respond in calmness. So, hey, there's 5 tips. I hope that you can use one or two or maybe all of them. And if you are the person that remains calm, man, congratulations. I could learn a lot from you. I've learned a lot. I mean, I'm 60 years old now, and over my lifetime, I've learned a lot. But there's still things that can trigger me that can kind of get me real enthusiastic, all right? Really excited, and not necessarily in a good way. So if you know of anybody like this, please share this episode with them, because they may hear this and say, man, yeah, I can relate to that. That's something that I needed to hear. And you never know, So, hey, that's it for today. Have a great rest of your day and come on back tomorrow. And until then, run to your challenges. We'll see you.